What up, One Prize Nation? It's your boy Bennett, and y'all know what it is. It's Blackout Monday. You feel me? Because we got to black out the Ford Field one tonight when it gets the game. But y'all know how we do when we start every game. I'll let y'all know who in the building. Starting with my man, Rich.
Hutch, baby. Blackout.
Blackout.
Down goes Gino.
Yes, sir.
I'm Richard, man. You can catch me at Riggs928 on X.
Yes, sir. And y'all know I got my brother from another mother who parents don't know each other. No, we don't know each other. Day.
What up? I'm not rocking the black tonight because I ain't got one, but I do got Agent Sub-Zero on tonight. Let's go. Let's get this dub. Quick little sidebar before we start. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. Just got notification he passed away today.
And rest in peace, Pete Rose, man. R.I.P., man.
And the Braves made the chip. Let's go. Yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But anyways, man.
Shout out to Michigan.
Before we get into tonight's pregame show, man, we got to start off with this, man. Our boy, man, Calvin Megatron Johnson, get added to the Ring of Honor, man. Daddy, man, give me your best memory of Calvin Johnson, man. That one, the myth, the only.
Man, I'll say this, man. Calvin Johnson is I won't say my childhood because I wasn't a child when I watched Calvin Johnson, but he is like my upcoming of football, man. Every Sunday, I knew we'd go into the game, we were going to lose, right? Like, there for a while there, we knew that, like, okay, we're going to go in here and get our ass handled. But you watch the games to watch this man right here. And I've seen this dude make some of the most unbelievable plays I've ever seen from the wide receiver position. The one I will never forget, if I'm going to go the positive route, which we are because he's going into the Ring of Honor tonight, was the catch in fucking Dallas. That shit was insane. Not the one, not just the one where he's over multiple defenders. I'm talking about the fade route where he went up and he caught that, and he's basically laying in the air, and he comes straight down, man, and that ball didn't move. That's possibly one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Rich, give me your favorite Calvin Johnson memory, man.
So, you know, a lot of times when they talk about these Hall of Famers, which he is, you know, what did you do? Not only stats, but how did you, separate yourself from everyone else? He's the only one that I know that they covered him like it was punt return. You know what I'm saying? Like
that New Orleans game.
Exactly. He was, and that was like, but they also did that in the red zone a lot too, especially once they got inside the 10. He wasn't a big talker, but like, you guys remember when Brandon Carr was talking all that shit?
Yeah.
And he went out and put like 11 for 328. Like, and there was no route that he couldn't run, whether it was a crosser, a comeback, a 9 route, whatever it was. He had speed. He had power. Dude was one of one.
Does anybody know how many carries Calvin Johnson has in his career as far as rushes?
No.
One, and it was for a touchdown.
Man, my game, I remember, man, when who was the dude for the Cowboys that always threw it to X when he scored and shit, man?
Dez Bryant.
I remember when Dez Bryant was talking big boy shit, man, heading into that game, man, and Calvin just outshined him so bad, man. That was my highlight for Calvin Johnson, man. That was my boy, man. So shout out him to being in the Ring of Honor, man. You deserve to be there, man. Shout out to Sheila Hemp for getting that relationship back together, man, and get him back to Detroit, get him back the organization, man. So
honestly, we could do a whole show just on Calvin Johnson.
We could do a whole show just.
We could do a whole show on that, man.
We might have to do that, man. Have just watch Calvin Johnson highlights, man, while we just sit here and talk about the show.
Hey, you can do a half hour with him and a half hour with Barry, dude. Like, but you were right, man. Shout out to Sheila, because not only has she changed the current organization and the product on the field, but how she has brought the former players, Chris Spielman, Barry back, and good. That she, that relationship between Calvin and Alliance was very sour.
Yeah,
well, she made a promise, and it took what, a year or two, but she got it together, man. It's good, man, to have all all-time greats, and that's what him and Barry are in the fold, in the organization, supporting the man. So shout out to her, man, on so many levels.
The queen of Detroit. She is the queen of Detroit, man.
Give her crown, man, for real. But let's get into some of this pregame talk, man. Start off with the first question I've been hearing a lot on the internet, man. Is J-Mo gonna have another breakout game today?
Yes, sir.
Dede, let's start with you, Dede. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, man.
First.
I see it because I don't know if he's gonna have like that necessarily like a breakout game, but I do see him having a big game because we're gonna run the hell out of the ball tonight. At least I hope, and that's gonna open up our play action game. And if you watch the play action game, you can see they're trying to take a shot. Like they want to take that deep shot to him. But Goff's just fucking burping the ball, bro. He's like burping the baby over here. You know what I'm saying? So I do. I see J-Mo going. I see J-Mo having at least 50 yards in the tud tonight. At least.
Rich, J-Mo, a breakout game for J-Mo?
I honestly don't see it for him or Saint, just because Seattle's secondary. I do, however, could see Laporta having his breakout game this year.
We'll talk about that. I'm glad you talked about Laporta. We're going to get into that. Go ahead. My bad.
No, you good. Since you said we're going to talk about it, I'll just leave it at that.
Y'all know I got the J-Mo jersey on, so y'all know J-Mo, you know, it's not. I don't say goddamn Stafford on the back of it. It say J-Mo. You feel me? I see that man doing some big things tonight, man. Hey, it's Calvin Johnson Day. You feel me? So you think he gonna do his thing? Him and St. Brown gonna do his things for the wide receiver to show up for Calvin Johnson, man. I really do see that, man. For real, man. Hey,
I mean, that's another way to look at it. Yeah, like they could. Okay, we're putting our best receiver of all time in the fucking Ring of Honor. Why don't we come out here and show homage to him and sling this rock around? I hope we don't, because I don't ever want to see Goff sling the fucking rock around no more. But I can see that. I really do.
Dede, you touched it a little bit on it, man. So we're gonna talk about it too, man. Wow. How many rushing yards do our backs gain?
Total?
Yeah.
Or a piece?
Total. And I'm not talking about including receiving yards, rushing yards. How many rushing yards you see our backs having today?
Close to 200. Close to 200. I could see him easily getting, both of them easily getting to 100 a pop. I really
There was a yard off. There was a yard off of getting 200 last game. Having a 200-yard game. So
because Monty put up over 100 last game, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the Gibbs added another like 80 something. Hey, with Seattle missing their whole shout out to my barber. Seattle missing their whole defensive line, basically. Man, we better run the ball through their fucking face tonight, really.
Rich, how many rushing yards you see these backs having today total?
So that's where I get a little leery with Ben Johnson, man, because with 4 of their top linemen out, does damn Goff say, hey, this is a good game, or not Goff, Ben Johnson say, this is a good game for me to get my offensive line and Goff in sync and sling her around the park all fucking day? Mm-hmm. Or does he say, hey, we got 4 of their top defensive linemen out. Let's put our will, enforce our will on them and run it down their throats. So I'm hoping for the latter and then hit them with some play action, because our play action has struggled this year. So I'm going to say 150 combined.
I like that, Rich. I like you said that Ben Johnson could go that route of slinging around the rock, because like you said, their whole defensive line is out. That sounds like they're not going to be able to create a whole lot of pressure on Goff. So why don't we try to get Goff in a rhythm, get his confidence back up? Because let's be honest, Goff has struggled this year. He has not looked all that great. He ain't looked bad, but he ain't looked.
But where's Goff best playoff at? In the play action game. So you got to get this running game going, bro. You have to get this running game going, man, in order for Goff to to see because that's what he do best off the play action. So,
but the run game hasn't been our problem, though. Let's be honest, boys.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's been play calling.
Man, we can do a whole show on that too.
Yeah.
Because all three of us sitting here, and then whatever Lions fans happen to be watching right now, can all sit and bitch about the play calling. The play calling has been so suspect this year, man. It is ridiculous. No reason to line up 5 wide on 1st and 5. No.
Man, you're absolutely right, man. So I don't know. I honestly I was on the show with Smokey Jeremy B earlier. Shout out to Smokey Jeremy B, and he told me that there was a yard off of being 200 yards last game, and I was like, wait, what? And I had to go back and watch the film. Like, damn, it was really all a yard for being over 200 yards combined rushing. So I honestly can see it. Huh?
Did you fact check that?
I fact checked it. Went back and watched the game and fact checked it. Had time to myself today. Had bandit time. You feel me? I had time to still, go back and watch the film, and it was really a yard off for them being over 200 yards combined rushing. So I see them do. I'm hoping, I'm praying Ben Johnson pound the ball, especially what y'all said with this defensive line being out for Seattle. I hope he do pound and ground the ball and then play action. Get J-Mo.
They got it listed right here. Oh, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead. You got it.
I was going to say they got it's Byron. Damn it, I missed it. It's Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, Byron Maufu, and then I can't say the other guy's last name who are all out for them this week. It's a linebacker, 3 linemen.
We can do an injury report right now, Dan. Injury report. I'm gonna add it to the screen for you, bro. Because I came prepared today. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I got it right here. I've got it here.
Yeah, they already came out with the inactives.
Yeah. So the inactives for us are Brian Branch, who came down with an illness late.
Yeah, they told me he might have COVID.
Giovanni Manu, he's inactive because I think he's still learning. Frank's out with the pec, and then Isaiah Williams, he's out this week. For Seattle, it is Nwosu, linebacker Jerome Baker, linebacker Boyo Mafe, defensive end Leonard Williams, defensive tackle Byron Murphy II, and they have a guard out, two guards, and I think that's something we got to touch on too. Hutch is getting another matchup against backup tackles this week.
But he did that last year when we played Seattle. The whole offensive line was out. Except for Brown, who used to play for us.
Damn, so they're starting middle linebacker out too. Because Baker's damn.
And then the other guy, Nwosu, he's their other linebacker. So 3 linemen, or 2 linemen, 2 linebackers this week. They're down.
Well, okay. I think Nwasu's an edge rusher, but I mean either or.
Well, yeah, well, I'm okay. Yeah, you're right on that. Actually, they just got him listed as a linebacker, but yeah, he's a pass rusher. He's the edge.
We're both of them linebackers. You know who better have a big game?
He ain't been doing it this year. What's his name?
Sam Laporta potty man, but he ain't been shitting on nobody. I'm just saying,
bro, he got fucking what's the word? He's fucking backed up.
Sophomore slump.
Chopped up. Nah, bro.
So let's talk about Sam Laporta, man.
He's just constipated, bro.
Is this the week that he find the end zone, man? Like, first off, before we answer that question, what do you think going on with Sam Laporta potty? Is he still injured from last year? Is he still working from that?
Well, he got injured in training camp, so he missed all training camp. None of the starters played the game. So, really, he's still in training camp. You know what I'm saying? Really, technically, he's behind everybody. So, it's kind of expected, but, he's like Frank, dude. He's a tough fucker. Like, you seen it last week. He got injured. He come back, went out again. In the playoffs, he played with the cast on his, he's tough. If he can go, he's going to go. Frank would have played this week if the coaches would have let him.
Right. Yeah, they had to fight him. They had to fight him from himself.
I think it's a good thing that we didn't.
But I think it's a good thing that we ain't playing Frank right now. You feel me? Let him sit this week. Give him that extra bye week next week. You feel me? To recover. You feel me? That'll give you 2 weeks to re-injure and then come back and play for the rest of the season. So I don't think we need to rush Frank right now, man. I think it's a good thing that we sit in Frank.
Oh, I agree. I'm not disagreeing. I was just comparing, like, they're both tough dudes, man. If they can go, they're gonna go. And think about it.
Man, I was on the train of Laporta this week.
Those two guys, even at 75, 80%, are still better than guys that are at 100%. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, because even if Laporta, ain't the healthiest as far as in the receiving game, he's still a valuable blocker. So he still brings something to the table.
You think we should have sat Frank this week, did they? I mean, set Laporta this week.
Yep, I do.
Give me a reason why.
Just because I don't feel like we're going to really need him this game. I feel like he could have just sat, this game and then through the bye week. That's the main reason. If we didn't have the bye week after this week, I would have been on the train to play him. But since we have the bye week, man, give the dude 2 weeks to sit, rest that ankle. Because, yeah, it's just an ankle. You could tape it up, pop, we got Percocet Laporta coming tonight, by the way.
Wait. Percocet Laporta.
Yeah, Percocet Laporta, bro. Gonna ball out. But ankle injuries can be nagging, bro. You know what I mean? I just don't want him to re-aggravate that, and then he's fucking dealing with that with the rest of the season. So, but hey, they're gonna play him. He popped a few perkies. He's good to go, bro. He going all night. You feel me?
I done pop a perk 10. Rich, you think we should have set Laporta this week? I think Rich may have to run to the bathroom. But I'm with you, Dede. I honestly think we should have set, just like we did with Frank, we should have sent Laporta, brought James Mitchell up. Even though that's not a name everybody like to hear, you feel me? Hey, I'm just saying, the man can block. I mean, he may not be able to route run and do everything he did at Virginia Tech. Coming out of Virginia Tech, I thought we had a steal coming when we picked him up, man. I ain't gonna lie,
bro. He came in injured, bro. It came Brad Holmes special right there, bro. Brad Holmes special right there. You know what I mean? Speaking of Brad Holmes special, because we ain't been on here since the news broke. Let's talk about Brad Holmes special Marcus Davenport being out for the year already, bro.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk about this one first.
Go ahead.
Because that was my guy as far as I thought he could be an underrated signing. And he was headed that way. That last injury, that was nasty.
How can you say he was headed after 1 game, 2 games, and he had no sacks? I'm just saying.
No, I'm with Rich on this because he got Marcus Davenport.
That's why I got myself in the back screen. I'm gonna sit back.
He did get cheap. He got fucking parachute.
Oh yeah, he got cheap shotted.
Yeah, came right across the arm and fucked his whole elbow up. So I could see that, but
and he tried to come back. He tried to come back. So like I get it. Let's just admit it. That dude has the worst luck when it comes to injuries, man. 100%. He's just, broken glass. But now it leaves a hole. This is where Pascal has to step up. I want to. But
who?
Oh shit! Oh, that's why I got you on the screen. That's why I got y'all on the screen.
Man.
But
I'll let Rich finish before I go on my soapbox about Pascal.
I also like what Levi's been doing, man. And I think that helps a lot. And I think that gives him some more chances outside because they're moving him around that line. He's rushing from the inside. He's rushing the outside. I am so happy for that guy. He was the guy on defense. J-Mo was the guy on offense. Coming into the year, that's who I wanted to see shine. And to see that Levi has not had the injury issues this year, got a full off season.
Knock on wood.
Got a full training camp. No one can deny dude's looking good. Other than Hutch, he's been our best lineman.
Yes, Levi Ezeriki has stepped up in big ways. Like we all thought since the neck injury, we thought he was done. We thought he was just a waste. His second round pick. We thought he was a big waste. So,
don't worry, Brad Holmes made up for that. We didn't waste the Enrique pick. We wasted the Josh Pascal pick, bro. He hasn't done anything in what, 3 years, 4 years? How long has he been here? 3 years? I think it's 3 years.
Jeremy, I'm gonna get on. I'm about to start about James Houston too, but go ahead. Go ahead, Jeremy. You talk about Pascal.
Done a thing. He looked good in one game, and that was the opening game last year versus Kansas City. He did look good in that game. I'll give him that. But since then, man, he hasn't done a thing. And the only time I heard his name last week, he committed a penalty, bro.
I was going to say, he did something. He got a penalty day. Come on, man.
Hey, shout out to him, bro. You're on the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're in the box score.
Well, let's shout out to my boy.
In all seriousness, he hasn't done anything. Like, I don't believe in Pascal at all. Like, I'm over the Pascal. What up, Leo?
And I had a low season. What I wanted out of Pascal, I was hoping for Corey Redding, man. Good against the run, get you about 4 or 5 sacks, can move inside, outside. I mean, that ain't even high praise or high ceiling. You know what I mean? Corey Redding was a good player and he lasted a long time in the league. But like, I wasn't asking you to go be Hutch or Trey Hendrickson or somebody like that. You know, just a
what up, Leo?
He ain't done anything, Rich. He ain't even lived up to like God, I can't even think he ain't even lived up to Charles Harris status, bro. Charles Harris is better than Josh Pascal.
Hey, Leo's done as much as Josh Pascal this year.
That's Leo's boy.
I like Pascal.
So what's your expectations for him in this game then, Leo?
I think it's going to be like old Slobberknocker, you know what I mean? Black and blue division type game. I think both teams, including the Seahawks, are just going to run. I mean, they both got their running games on both sides of the ball, or on both teams. They're really phenomenal. So I think it's going to be old school like that, bro. And I think that who can take a punch, right? I think that it's going to be, one hitter quitters, you know what I mean, all day. You know, I think it's going to be that kind of slugfest. I was talking about this earlier. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I do think that we do match up with some of their receivers, but not all of them. So I do think that Terrion and CD3 can match up well with DK on either side. I'm more worried about Jackson Smith and Jigba and even Tyler Lockett at that point, because the safeties were definitely they're gonna be tested, especially with Brian Branch out. So who knows? I know that Brandon Joseph could play probably a little bit more split safety with Kirby, but it just depends on how they want to sit there and play that. I do think I didn't see Rakestraw on the inactives list. So when we talk about Njigba and we talk about like some of those smaller, shiftier receivers, I wouldn't say smaller, but shiftier receivers, he might sit there and kind of play a role there. He's, I think Rakestraw's like 5'11" or something like that. So, I mean, he could sit there and, you know what I mean? So.
Do you know who I want to see? And people have not been talking about it this year, and I think a lot of it's because Levi has come on the scene. Aleem, man. He hasn't really been that big, especially for a guy being in his contract year. Like, I want to see more out of you. And with Davenport down, like, this is a good time for him to pick it up.
All right,
I will say, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Bennett. I do have some thoughts on our interior line. We probably can't get into it today because it's pregame show. But in terms of the interior line and long term, specifically has to do with Aleem and Levi. So, but we'll get to that maybe on What Up Though. Tune in.
Tune in on Fridays.
Nice segue, Lee. I like that.
Yeah, hey, that's what I like about Asian persuasion. Yeah, Fridays, 10 o'clock. Tune in right here. You feel me? Detroit Fan Report. Detroit, what up, though? Well, we're gonna get into that defensive line and lay longevity. Like they gonna be here that much longer or not? You feel me? Leo gonna bring that to y'all exclusively. But I gotta get back to the comments real quick, and it was because my man Jeremy, Smoking Jeremy, said this. Y'all ain't giving Houston the chance to get up on the field and play, man. Like y'all is playing my boy Houston in so many ways, man. I swear to God, talking about James Houston is washed. What? First of all, y'all played him out of position, something that he wasn't used to doing. Then you put him somewhere where you know he's gonna shine. Why not put him in the same position, in the same spot, doing the same thing that he was doing last year when he got all them sacks? Then try to switch it up and make him do something different than what he ain't used to doing. Don't make no sense. So he ain't a wash. It's just that we, Detroit Lions, as an organization, coaching staff, didn't put him in the proper position, so him to succeed. Do y'all agree with me?
So we talked about. I don't know if you guys were with us. I think it was last week at some point. So we talked about this, and so we think that, or we came to the consensus that Houston is actually the tension between the coaching staff and Brad Holmes and the front office, and I think that both are kind of trying to fight their battles, but I think Houston is literally in the middle of that tension, and so I don't believe that Houston's washed at all. I do think that I think that he's great at sitting there getting to the pass rusher. I just think that the philosophy that Dan and AG have is like, I need you to also play the run, and I need you to do multiple things. And I think that that's the kickback to Brad Holmes and the front office, is to sit there and say, hey, I love how Houston pass rushes, but he only does that. And so that's where you're going to have to sit there and see that. That's the real issue. The issue isn't about him getting to the quarterback or that he's washed or whatnot. That's really not the issue. It's how he's being used is the biggest
and that's
issue.
that's my issue with former football players, AG and Campbell, is there's guys in the Hall of Fame, Charles Haley, Kevin Green, to name a few. That's all they did. They weren't great against the run. They had one job, get to the quarterback, and they did it very well.
How can you say that, bro? Like, because if you remember, my man Decker had to go even tell the coaching staff that, hey, this man is beating me every day in practice to put him on the field. When they decided to put him on the field, and he got on the sacks. So you can't say he can't beat Dan Skipper.
You see my Abby. This is Dan Campbell's face when he says that you want to see James Houston on the field. Sorry, tough luck. You know what I'm saying? Tough
But
luck,
why
bro.
not? Why? Why?
Because Leo's
Davenport's
right.
now that Davenport's is reported out for the rest of the season. Why not? And you don't believe in Pascal, so why not put Houston over there, bro?
But the coaches believe in him.
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't believe in Houston, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
you didn't believe in Pascal.
I said
you don't believe in Pascal. And what on tape has made us see that he's not good against the run?
Yeah, but yeah, Neil. But the thing about that though, bro, is that remember how I just said this, like, you know, in regards to James Houston, that from the coaching staff's point of view, it's like, okay, if he does that one thing well, I totally understand, and that's why he's even on the roster. But I need our guys to sit there and do multiple things. And so one of the things that Pascal can do, so just for the record, for the first 3 weeks, Levi Onwuzurike has been playing inside and outside. You know what I mean? So, Richard, when you were talking about Corey Redding, the twin to Corey Redding is going to be Levi Onwuzurike. So that's the guy. So I expect Levi O to sit there and play more edge with those guys than anybody else. And then obviously Aleem and Reader. It's still, to be honest, that's a lethal line. And he could sit there and hold up well. It's exactly what they want to do. Back to Pascal. Pascal can sit there and play inside and outside because of the length of his arms. All right, he's a pretty thick kid. He's not the tallest kid, but he's not going to sit there and flash. But what he will sit there and do that he does have over Houston is that he does play the run. He can sit there and set the edge just a little bit better, right? And so these are things that the coaching staff is sitting there asking for him to do, and he's doing it at a decent rate, right? Like he's doing it.
Practice.
To your guys' point, like he's not sitting there flashing and all that stuff. He's not doing none of that, like 100%. But I will sit there and say, in regards from Pascal to Houston, Pascal is more of what the coaching staff wants, and Houston is more of what Brad Holmes has brought in as far as talent for that second position. So again, this is bigger. This is not even on the field stuff. This is stuff between front office and coaching staff. That's what you're sitting there seeing. We have not seen that in Detroit since Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes have come in, but this is the first sight of that, and they're handling it actually pretty damn good, I would say.
That man just put my whole government out. I'm glad I ain't got no warrants.
Mark my words, obvious pass rush situations tonight. It's going to be Hutch and Levi on the outside, and Makai Wingo and Aleem in the middle. And Wingo has played pretty well. He's flashed. He's had some decent pass rushes in the little bit of time he's gotten.
Yeah, I want to kind of piggyback on that, Rich. Like Wingo is Wingo is a real penetrator, to be honest, in the middle. Like he beats guys. Like it's not just he's just swinging by dudes. He's literally like beating dudes, crossing their face and everything. Like if my boy's a vet. Like seriously, Wingo is a dog.
I think he's the one that's going to receive the most playing time rise out of all these guys. His personal. I'm not saying he's getting more than, but with them, I think he goes up a little bit, and then Levi takes more of the outside shots on outside snaps on passing downs, and Wingos goes up in the middle.
I'm cool with that.
If that happens, Rich, if that happens at the end of the season, are you re-signing him then?
Who?
Levi.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not Levi. Aleem. Because if that's the case, Aleem's playing stock gonna be dropping too. Then, so are you resigning Aleem?
What up, though?
Yeah,
you don't have to tune into What Up, though, for that conversation.
Leo's got something in the cooker, Neil.
I'm gonna let him lay that in the crock pot and simmer. You feel me? My bad. You feel me, Leo? He got that chili going. So I'm asking you again. Well, since you wasn't here, Leo, I'm gonna ask you the last question before we got into the whole, which was, is this the weakest Stanley Poirier finds the end zone or
not? He should. If it's gonna be a heavy run game, then he's gonna be open in that red zone. The Lions have been trying to sit there and kind of get into the end zone probably around the 30-35 yard line. But if they are within the 20-yard line or closer, like he's a definite threat. And I think, man, like I'd like to see Laporta kind of line up in line just a little bit more.
Laporta's the second most guy. Laporta's the second most guy to be sent in motion this year.
In the NFL or on the Lions?
In the NFL.
I want to see him a little bit more in line, or like I don't want to see him as a receiver like all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just think especially in the run game
position.
Yeah, I just think in the run game, like use him in the run game to sit there and seal off edges, you know what I mean? To kind of help in that way. And then you could sit there and the play action, you can sit there and release him. I think that's the easiest way to get the tight end open. If you're gonna have now, and I think he's hurt, to be honest. Like I think I don't think he's ever been 100% this year. So I you know what I mean? Like I think that help the guy out. Like don't just sit there and throw him on an island where he does have to sit there and use all his moves when he's not healthy. So the easiest way to do that, especially for a tight end, is just to put him on the line, right?
And
like let the backer figure it out. Like, you know what I mean?
You got a good point too, Leo, because when you're having them in line versus out wide or in the slot or whatever you choose, you're making yourself a little more predictable too. If a defense can say, okay, he's on the line, it's going to be a run play, or Laporta's not going to go out, he's just going to block. Okay, he's out in the out wide, he's going to be involved in the pass. So like you said, if you give him some passing routes and catches out of the inline, now you don't make yourself so predictable.
Yeah, here's something that Ben Johnson could do too, right? Like with two tight ends, like he could actually put them all on the same side, right? Like he could put him and Brock on the same side, and then instead of sitting there releasing, this sounds like Ben Johnson himself. Like instead of you release Laporta, and then all of a sudden, like it's fourth quarter and it's a tight game, and instead of Laporta, you're gonna release Brock Wright for a freebie, just like the Jets game, right? Like, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Like that does sound like something that Ben Johnson would do. So I just think that there's advantages and to kind of help out Laporta. Look, guys, he's struggling in your fantasy lineups. He's not struggling as a player. he's a little hurt. He's a little banged up, right? Mm-hmm. But you know what I mean? He's lacked touchdowns a little bit, but he's still an important piece.
That's what I said before you came on was, he was injured all camp. He had that injury last year, but still played through it in the playoffs. Came into camp, got injured, missed all of camp. None of the starters played the preseason game. So really, this is his camp right here.
Yeah.
So Leo, even if he's not injured, he's still getting with it.
So Speaking of fantasy team, Leo, how are you enjoying Jaden Daniels over there?
Hey,
yeah. No, shout out, free shout out.
So check this out for those of you that don't know. So I went in right, and I only drafted Caleb Williams. Okay, 2 weeks in, Caleb Williams wasn't doing the thing, so I was like, you know what? I need a quarterback. Traded with Day. Okay, at the same time, I got Jaden Daniels off trade from Day. I also got Sam Laporta off waivers, and they have both been killing it. So QB problems solved.
Hey, I started Brian Thomas.
Sam Laporta or Sam Darnold? You said Laporta.
Hey, he looks good. I seen a couple clips with Brian.
You said Sam Laporta, you meant Sam Darnold.
Huh?
You said Sam Laporta.
You meant Sam Darnold.
Oh, did I say Sam Laporta? No. I saw a couple clips where Thomas did a couple double moves, and that boy's freaky. I told you, he was one of the guys. He was one of the surprise guys in the draft that I was like, man, if I could do it, I would. And he was one of them, man.
He's wide receiver 2 out of that draft, behind Neighbors.
Yeah, he did not in my trade, guys.
In my opinion, guys, you can argue it all you want, but in my opinion, I thought that he was better than Neighbors. So
yeah, well, okay. I'm just talking about just now, like in the league, Neighbors is playing better.
Yeah, right now, yes.
Well, 100%. But I watched that game on yesterday. Brian, our Law is off. Like he was missing his guys all game long. Like they were beating their guys, Kirk, Brian Thomas, and he was missing them. He's spinning for no damn reason with no.
Oh, you're talking about Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like you're spinning and doing nothing with it. Like he's off. And then they they try to blame the coordinator and Doug Peterson, and Peterson was like, players just have to convert. Mm-hmm. He's not wrong. Like you're calling the plays and your quarterback's not hitting them. Like shit, that's on the QB.
Well, speaking of fantasy this week,
I'm down by 10 points. I'm gonna beat him this week by today.
Hey, and I gave Day his fucking starting quarterback.
Hold on, let Day go.
Speaking of fantasy, we will update the Detroit Fan Report fantasy standings, so you guys can see where we're at. Because remember we did the live draft on here. You can see where we're at. We'll probably either do it maybe post game, probably what up though after the final this week. But let's get back to the Lions talk before we get way off track.
Yeah, I'm glad. Look at the CEO. Look Look at him doing his job. I appreciate that, Dad. But
Hey, I beat Tor's ass this week, by the way. So
hey, Tori's actually like the top dog right now too.
yeah,
right,
Tor, hey,
right.
Tor's
I'm
top
playing Rich right now, and I'm down by 10 points. But my probability to win is like 95%. So, but anyway, so Leo, do you think we should have set Sam Laporta this week and gave him the 2 weeks rest, or not?
It's 13 points. Bandit.
I mean, look, if he can go, he can go. Look, that man had a messed up knee in the playoffs, and everybody thought he wasn't going to play, and he did. So I don't expect him. I mean, it's not him. You know what I mean? If he could sit there and still play a little, then you know what I mean. He's going to do it, and he proved it in the playoffs. So.
Man, you don't believe that when you say it,
why you even bring that comment up? Like Seattle by 14?
Because that's my mom, bro. That's my mom talking shit. She ain't believe it when she checked that.
Shout out to Mama Brandon.
Oh, bro,
I had to give a shout out to moms, dude. Because that's why, bro. That's what I did. That's my mom, bro. Yeah, she a Browns fan, so she don't know what's going on in life right now, like their quarterback don't. But anyway, you feel me? That's why I put that up there, bro.
I'm sorry, you got to watch Deshaun Watson every week.
Man, I'll stay away from mom.
Yeah.
Yo, I had to do it, bro.
I ain't messing with
I had to do it.
I respect.
Man. Next topic, man, we're gonna bring up, man, is
Mama knows best, but not right there.
Yeah.
How do we stop this Seattle offense, man?
Stop the run.
Yeah. I don't really feel like in this game you get outside of yourself. I honestly don't. Yeah, at some point, like I get game plan. We talked about this a while back. You talk about game plan, but game plan should never be before your identity. Start there.
100%. 100%. Don't change up. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, shut K9 down, keep him contained, and just hold these receivers. Like me and Rich were talking about this earlier. I don't care if I give out a bunch of yards. You know what I mean? Just don't give up 6. You know what I'm saying? You want to take off the
me being AG's nephew, I do care because if we give up a lot of yards and we still win the game, Lions fucking fans are gonna be talking shit about AG. Oh, he's giving up all the yards, and we spent all these draft picks and brought all these assets in the secondary and everything else like that.
Look, man, it's hard to kind of talk like that, and those boys on the defensive side are holding teams to under 20 points.
I'm just saying, but you know what the narrative gonna be.
Leo, like you've heard people around like in the spaces and shit this week. They don't see that. A lot of them don't see. Oh wow, he still gave up a bunch of yards, but yeah, but look at the score. We gave up what 20 to was it Arizona?
I don't know, but so here's the thing with stats. Like you can literally you could not give context to stats, and I believe that there was a stat like that CD3 gave up 122 passer rating or something like that, right? But he didn't give them no TDs, right? And we're talking like over 100 yards in 3 games.
Like 33, 34 yards a game.
Not like he's giving up 100 yards a game.
Like check. Why don't you do this? Check the yards after the catch. Bet you those boys are not getting nothing, right? So we got to sit there and be like I honestly I feel like some fans forget how bad our secondary has really been over the past, I'd say recently 5 years, right? And I don't know, what did you Terrion Arnold is fine. Like I'm watching the kid and I'm so proud of the kid. I'm like, man, and they're like, oh yeah, well. You know, we don't like his penalties. Well, I'll tell you this. He had a couple of penalties, okay? Relax. He's a rookie. Calls. I'll tell you what would be worse is that if you
tell him, Leo. I'm gonna put you on the big screen and tell him, Leo.
I'm gonna be honest. If you sit there and see, this is what's worse, right? I'll take the penalties, okay? What's worse is that you see that wide receiver and Terrion's not on the screen. You have not seen that.
Yep.
You have not seen that. That boy has been in hip pockets, sitting there. He might not turn around. That's okay. I'll take that as a rookie all day. But if he could sit there and be in that hip pocket and be within range of the wide receiver, like, what are we doing? You got the makings of a guy that's going to be in the league for a long time. If there's one thing that kid understands is that he definitely understands how to play man coverage.
Yeah, but he's kind of fragile too. But he keeps playing, he keeps finishing the games, coming out week to week. But if you look at him in game, he's gotten a lot of injuries almost every game.
But he come right back, did he?
That's what
he got right back in the game.
I get that he keeps coming back, man. But what was the Tampa? He had the finger. Last week it was like a knee, and I think week 1's the only one he didn't get an injury in.
But so Dede, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Dede. But I'm also gonna agree with Bandit. Like, even when he went out with that injury, you could see him on the line. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid. So yeah, he might be getting banged up, but he's tough. He's not saying, "Oh, that's it. I'm done. I got the wind knocked out of me. I'm done for the game." No, he does come back. Like, I give credit.
I'll put it like this: what Batman's dad tell him? When you fall, you learn how to pick yourself back up.
But see, to piggyback what Leo said too, what a lot of people don't realize is not every corner is Sauce or Patrick Surtain or Deion. Not everyone's a shutdown. Like, but do I keep the ball in front of me? Do you allow no yak yards? Do I not allow touchdowns? Like, that's what you want, and not easy cut. Like, what was it last week? It was 3 out of 6 for like 16 yards or something, wasn't it? That he held
Ontario?
Yeah, when he guarded Marvin Harrison.
Didn't he gave up the TD, didn't he?
I don't think it was. I thought that was on busted coverage, wasn't it?
I don't remember. I know he gave the only busted coverage play I remember from this year is the one against Tampa.
Yes.
Tampa? Yeah, Tampa.
Yes. Yes.
But regardless, you can see Kirby Joseph is playing better this year, because I believe he don't have to worry about bombs over Baghdad. He don't have to worry about his corners getting beat every damn time, and he got to be all over the frickin'. He can do his job. He can cover his man, cover his side of the field. He's always where you need him to be, where he's supposed to be. And he's actually doing really well on tight ends this year. I didn't realize he was that good with the tight ends. I mean, he shut down McBride. Everyone was worried about McBride. He shut him down. If you look at his numbers, they're ridiculous. But like last year, how many times you see Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb or whatever other receiver in the screen by themselves, and our damn corner somewhere getting popcorn or something.
I agree with that.
We got Sutton out here missing again. I mean,
I'll say if you're worried
and then make it worse when you watch the receiver to watch Amon-Ra, Sutton talking shit to Jefferson. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're getting burned every week, and you're going to talk shit to the number one receiver? Like, come on, what are we doing?
I'll say this: is if you want to worry about any one of our corners, worry about Davis more than anything. Like, Davis is playing good. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a knock on him. If you want to talk about which corner, you should be paying more.
We're gonna worry about somebody worry about Davis, like he.
Yeah, if you look at it, Davis is the one who's giving up more of the receptions, and he hasn't given up a bunch either. It's not like Davis. I'm not saying like Davis is playing bad. We've got both corners; they're both playing good. Damn, those black uniforms look good. Ooh,
but
the black uniforms are on TV. But hold on. Let me finish real quick, Rich. If you want, like I'm saying, if you want to like nitpick a corner, nitpick Davis more than you could really pick Terry out. That's all I'm saying.
But Davis Davis, like I said in the space earlier day, when you need a big play, breakup or whatever, he's been there. He's been really good in the run game. He stopped Kyler short on that third down run. Like, he has played well when you needed him. When you really needed Davis, he has come up and made that play. And that's what I want. When I need a play from you, you're there.
So, just to kind of follow up with the Terrion stuff really quick, and I'll look up some stats for CD3. So Terrion only gave up 47 total yards
all year.
He had a 33.3 completion percentage against him.
Is that all year or last week?
No, this is last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's really
5.2 yards per target. Rating of a QB rating of 51.6 against him. Like so I mean, what are we doing here? Right? Like his first two games were worse. Like, and I get that, but I mean, still, even in his first two games, let's see here, he gave up 31 yards and 68 yards. What are we doing?
Make that a segment. We got. Hey, Leo, I ain't gonna lie. We gotta make that a segment. What are we doing here?
Right? Like, but we want to talk about passer rating like that at 128. Oh, he gave up a passer rating of 128 and 118. At the end of the day, the kid only gave up 68 yards and 31 yards. He had 8 completions the first game and 2 completions the second game. What are we doing? 3 completions last week. What are we doing?
Get him, Leo!
Leave my boy alone.
Hey, I'm using that. Leo, we gonna have
what I said.
What are we doing?
Pay attention to one. Pay attention to Davis. Davis was giving up worse numbers, and he ain't even giving up bad numbers.
Let me bring up Davis.
You'll see the numbers, Leo, and they don't look bad, but he's giving up more than
Rich. You think I'm playing? I'm putting out in the segment. What are we doing?
Hey, and it's got to be like that too. You got to have the comment like that. What are we doing?
Yes. Leo, we're on the cut.
As we wait for
it is
our last topic.
Our
last topic is going to be about our linebackers and our defensive line before we head out, because the game is about to start. But I'm letting Leo look up these stats just to inform y'all. And once again, hey, we got 114 people in the building. 5 likes, I appreciate that, man. If y'all please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, man. We're gonna be here all week. You feel me? Literally all week. We got a baseball show. We got an NFL show. Detroit, what up, though? We got a pregame, postgame, whatever the people want, man. We're gonna come into it, man. You feel me? So please hit that subscribe button. You see all these beautiful faces.
I should probably hide my flag over there, bro. They lost. I should probably hide.
Yeah, because what happened to them? What happened to them dogs, Day?
Hey, bro, they made that shit a game when they had no business being a game, dog.
That's because they let their foot off the gas. Alabama did.
No, Georgia's defense started playing very well. They shut them down in the second half. First half, they fucked us up. I won't even lie. But I was ready to go to bed. And then
them dogs was like.
Them dogs was there, bro, and they was there.
We all in the APU poll right now.
Michigan Wolverine, that's great. To me, I'm Michigan Wolverine.
Don't worry about him. He down there seed 10 or something.
I had to take him off the screen after you said that, boy.
Don't worry about him. He's down there number 10. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna worry about number 10. He gonna be knocked out of there soon.
Where y'all at right now, Dede?
Georgia 5. We went from 2 to 5, and Bama went from 4 to 1.
Hey, so I got a quick question.
You know where them Buckeyes at?
Fuck the Buckeyes.
Ahead of Michigan.
Who is, or who would you take, or who do you think's better, Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith?
They're
both freshmen, and they're both dogs.
Jeremiah Smith, all day, every day.
I'm guessing these are Michigan players, so I really don't even know who they are.
He's a big dude.
You don't even know your own team. Jeremiah Smith is your receiver.
How do we take him off the screen? Rich, how do we take Bama off?
Pause. I thought we were talking about Michigan players. That's why I said I don't even know who these is. My bad. That's why I said it like that. So get what I said, what I was saying. But you already know what it is, bro.
Plays for Alabama, and Smith is from Ohio State.
I like Smith, man. He's 6'3", But he's a big dude and he's quick.
Hey, Ryan
Right
Williams
hand.
is sick with it though.
But Ohio
Yeah, he
State,
got-
we good for
bro, he
producing
got some
quarter
moves
receivers,
that-
though. So
Bro, he got some moves that I ain't never seen, bro. That's just
Hey, that one where he jumped, caught it, and then lost it. I said, gosh, dog, man. Like he's sick with it. In 17, bro. That's
the
crazy.
game.
Yeah,
You
we
talking
find
about the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
winning touchdown? That shit was sick, bro. I can't lie.
all
I
right,
can't lie.
Leo with the update.
Anyway, back to Lions talk. Fuck
Yeah,
them.
but so just to kind of close up the CD3 stuff. So I don't have the individual game logs, but I do for the past 3 games for him as a Detroit Lion, and so he's giving up a 69.6 completion rate. He's been targeted 23 times, 16 completions. Okay, out of total in 3 games, he's given up 209 yards. Like, what are we doing, guys?
No,
he gave up one touchdown.
Not what are we doing here? Not what are we doing here? No, because that go ahead.
One touchdown.
Okay, Leo, you're not here. You didn't hear what I said. I said because look at his numbers are worse
than Terrion's.
You know, are worse. That's what I'm saying. Like if there's a corner you want to pay attention to who's giving up the more numbers, it's Davis. I didn't say Davis was playing like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was playing bad. Like, we need to, like, seriously worry about him. I was just saying, if you want to pay attention to one of our 2 corners, Davis is the one that should get a little bit more attention to as far as how he's playing. And he's not even playing that bad.
Yeah. He's not.
But also,
the worst stat I have on CD3 is that he's got 92 yards after the catch. That's my biggest.
You just air kick Rich?
This coaching staff does not like that at all.
But I will give the one part is Davis for the most part is on the number 1 receiver.
Absolutely.
You're gonna give up some. I mean, you're not gonna win all them matchups. They're pros too. They're good players, and we have faced some good Mike Evans, Godwin, Marvin Harrison, Cooper Kupp, McCool for a couple plays. Who else?
That's it.
That's about it.
Yeah, this is
he's
game
picking
4.
up an average of 5 catches a game, a little over 5 catches a game.
Not terrible.
Just not terrible. It could be way worse.
You
know what
All
I
right,
mean?
we're gonna get into our.
Go ahead.
Get into our last topic before we get into our score predictions, because the game is about to start, and that is
go to our score predictions.
No, you gotta get in this question. This question is kind of. How many sacks did our defense get tonight?
Total, or just by the guy?
We can't leave the show without talking about Hutch. That's so disrespectful.
Okay, so
go ahead.
So the highest guy this week is at 2.5 sacks. I'd like to see Aiden get 3.
I can see it.
3.
Yeah, the highest sack total just for the week was 2.5. So I think
you got it. Remember?
I don't remember off the top of my head. This was off of Red Zone. This was a Red Zone stat. So it could have been. Yeah, I don't think obviously it didn't take the evening, but if we could do 3 sacks for Aiden, that'd be great. But to be honest, man, to answer your question, let's go. I don't really think this is a big sack game though. Let's just say 4, and I don't know. I don't think Aiden gets to 3, but we'll see.
I said 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hutch will get 1. Hutch will get 1.
Oh, for sure.
So I say Wingo gets on the board this week.
Okay.
I said Wingo finally gets his 1, and I'm gonna say 3 sacks.
Okay. Cool. Bandit.
How many for Hutch though?
2.
2? Okay. All right, take it.
I like it.
I say 6. Total. I say 6. I think it's gonna be a breakout game for. Let me tell you why. I think it's gonna be a breakout game. DJ Ritter gonna be calling. I think Leo Manil gonna get a sack. I think Hutch gonna have 2.5 to 3 sacks. Leo, that's what you hit me on the head when you said that. I think your boy Pascal gonna have a sack, bro. And I think listen, hold on. And I think your boy Levi Onwuzurike. No, and I think hold on. And I think hold on. In the last sack, gonna go to that Thor. I think Alex Anzalone is coming back off an injury. I think Alex Anzalone is gonna have a sack, and that's why I say 6. I'm putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Hey, we blacked out in the D, baby. Somebody getting robbed, and Seattle was in town. You feel me? So we robbing who in town? We in their pockets tonight. You feel me? This is Detroit. You feel me? On God, my car just got broken into and hit too this week. I feel like I live in Detroit. You feel me? It's spiritually in my heart. You feel me? It's Detroit. If I got robbed this week, Seattle getting robbed too, and they O-line ain't all the way there, bro. It's gonna happen, bro. 6. I said it. Real. Now we gotta get into them score predictions before we head out. Leo, give us your score prediction.
I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be just a straight slobber knocker. I think it's gonna be 16-13 Lions.
Day.
35-17, bro.
Oh,
fuck these motherfuckers. They have owned us for a while now, bro.
They have
owned us, bro. And I don't want to play with these guys. Calvin Johnson night, Monday night. We debut in the black uniforms. Let's go out and just put a stomp of mud hole in these motherfuckers. 35-17.
Rich.
24-20 Lions.
Hey, Daddy, I'm with you, man. I got 14-35 Detroit, man. Like I said, if we get 6 sacks and we out here robbing shit, you feel me? We know we're gonna be scoring touchdowns. I'm just saying, it all comes together, baby. It all comes together, baby. For real, that's like getting a box of Cheerios that ain't healthy for you, baby. It all comes together, baby. You feel me? But before we get out here, man, I got
a recovery touchdown.
Oh, Rich feeling real good. Rich over there feeling real good. He's giving Hutch touchdowns.
Go take the odds on that, Rich. Put $1 on it, man.
Okay.
Hey, $1 to win $100,000.
Leo, while we head out, man.
First name, last name. You can find me on X, Twitter, whatever.
Sure.
Man, it's Twitter. We don't call it.
Twitter kicked me out, man. I can't believe that, man.
Whatever.
You're an Ohio State fan.
Anyway, let them know they can find me at Rich.
Hey, Rich, did you say thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, because Michigan needed USC for that win. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We did that for the overall Big Ten. For the overall Big Ten, so that we could all be in the playoffs, right? So you're welcome.
Thank you, Leo.
Let them know they can find you at Rich.
Richard, you can find me at Riggs928 on X.
My brother from another mother whose parents don't know each other. Let them know they can find you at.
It's your boy Day. Let's go Lions. You can find me on Twitter at Markham246.
And Dave said if Pascal gets a sack today, that's his next jersey.
Hey, this is some BS. Like Dave is also
Dave
is also a Michigan State fan. We need Michigan State material up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, put them both. Come on, you gotta ride with them.
Shit, man.
Let's go, Smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're thick and thin. You've already done it with one team. Do it with another.
Hey, you had 2 L's this week. How does that feel?
I knew one was coming. Bro. I knew State.
By who? Who's that? What we come by? Say it. Yeah.
Anyway, down south,
yeah. Anyway, it's your boy Bandit. Y'all know I'm Ohio State, so I'm always over the Michigan fan. But you can catch me right here with the guys, man. Detroit Fan Report, man. Hey, that's the second air kick he did tonight. I'm just saying, bro. But if y'all please hit that like and subscribe button, man. Detroit Fan Report on YouTube, man. I'm trying not to laugh so hard at this, man. Kicking in the air, though, man. With that said, man, hey, catch the football NFL weekly show, prediction show tomorrow. Catch baseball show. Hey, shout out to them Tigers making it to the playoffs, man.
Hey,
for real, like Yes, we have to put it. Shout out to them Tigers, man, making it to the playoff. Shout out to the Braves, they got there
Clinched
today.
on the last day. We clinched on the last day, last game of the year.
I give
We
it
riding that
shout
all
out,
the way
but
to
shout out,
the World Series, baby. World Series.
but shout out to our Tigers, man, for the bounce back season and getting to a wild card place, man. Congratulations, man. I'm
Shout
looking
out to
forward
the
to.
Pistons for being the worst organization in Detroit.
Shout out to the game being on, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
With that said, man,
See y'all later.
hit that like and subscribe button, man. We
Did
out,
you guys
man.
see that Day went like this? He's a USC fan.
Nah.